Hello everyone, I am Simran and you are watching Success Stories talk show presented by Trident Communication. Today our guest is Chitralekha Rathod. She is an Indian model and theatre artist of Gujarat. She has acted in Gujarati plays like Saat Teri Equus, written beautifully by National Award winning writer Ram Moore and directed by Pratik Gandhi. To know more about her, let's welcome Chitralekha to our show. Hi Chitralekha, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so what got you into acting at the first time and like when you realized that you can actually get into it and like when you started your theater?
Um, I think the credit for me to start acting goes to my mom. I
Okay.
was 3 years when I started acting, so I essentially don't remember uh, how or what triggered me, but it had always been my mom and her constant support. Me and my sister, both of us got into acting because of our mom. And I started acting when I was 3 with TV. I was doing, I think, one of my first serials. My second serial was Jassi Jassi Koi Nahi, which was an Indian adaptation of Ugly Betty. And my introduction to theatre, I owe that to my sister.
Same way you started your theater.
Yes, so first I started acting in TV. I did about 17 serials when I was in school. As
Okay.
a child artist, I worked with the likes of Neena Gupta ma'am as well. And after my school, when I started college, I realized that if I want to pursue acting seriously, I have to uh, know the nuances of it and get thorough with it. And that's when I decided to start theatre. My sister had already started theatre, and my introduction to theatre and the art and theatre making was her. And I think now for the last 6 years I've been doing it.
Okay, that's nice. Like I've seen since childhood only, you have done so many things till here. Okay, so who inspired you and supported you throughout?
My family, my mother, sister, my father, who was always there like a pillar to all three of us, venturing into this world which we did not know. We did not have any family background in acting whatsoever or in theater, anything. It was only our passion and zeal that my mom had for literature, what she had for art, and she inculcated that into us. So I think my
Definitely.
inspiration is
Mhm.
her and my sister only.
Yeah, that's nice. It's important. Like, if we are going in acting and without a background, it's all that we need a good support, to stay in it for some time.
Yes, yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
So, your journey as an actor, was it challenging?
Oh, I think it is challenging every day because every day you have to have that freshness in you, and you cannot. Uh, what I believe is acting has to come naturally to you. So every day it is a challenge to act naturally.
Okay.
and
Uh,
and also because I was in school, I had this question a lot of times, that how did you manage school and acting? How could that be done? But I think I never felt I it was never like a work for me. It was never a responsibility or a duty or something that I'm managing. I was enjoying it. I enjoyed being on the sets. And I think the whole management credit goes to my mom, because I never realized, even if I was rejected from an audition, the rejection never reached me.
okay. So, she used to not tell you all that, or she used to divert your mind to
No,
something else that give somewhere else.
I think she created the environment so safe that the rejection never reached me as it does to a lot of people. So she created an environment so safe where I only enjoyed when I'm on the set, I only enjoyed being there. When I came back, I only enjoyed giving auditions or enjoyed watching myself on TV. The rejections or going through that whole process of whether being selected, not being selected, all of that was her. All that work or all that stress never got to me.
Okay, that's really sweet. You had a mother like that who had all the problems on her and not a single thing on you. So, which one is more difficult? Like act live in the theater or in front of the camera?
You know, the very obvious answer would be theater because you don't have retakes there. You have a live audience that you have to entertain. You can't say कि नहीं ये take में मेरा energy low था, can I give one more take? Or I did the modulation wrong, can I give one more take? You can't do that in theater. But at the same time, theater and screen now have become so now especially with the OTT platforms, I mean, have become so diversified to platforms that you cannot apply the same rules at both the places, and thus both the platforms in itself are so difficult, are equally difficult. You cannot actually compare theater and screen anymore. But yes, definitely, I think I enjoy doing theater more than screen.
Okay. Like I think in theaters I have done like a quite some, but like that my teacher asked me to do it. I never had the matlab, I don't know I had interest or not. My teacher said it that you can do it good, so I did it. So I
Oh,
think that is quite one short time. Like you have to do it once and you have to give your full energy. You don't have any option.
right.
Yeah.
You don't have the window to go wrong.
Yeah, definitely. You can't even think कि कुछ गलत होगा. You just have to do it
Huh.
once.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So like after doing successful play in theater, how did that thing change your life?
How did
It changed
doing
your life.
I think what I believe is it's important that it does not change you or bring a drastic change in your life, because then that is materialistic or tied to one milestone in your life. And I think personally, I believe that that's wrong to do that with myself. Okay, that was successful, that play was successful. I had that one moment in life, and so I think my success is tied to that, or the changes that I have are tied to that. Every day is a learning process for me. Every day, every rejection, every wrong that I do is changing me. So, theater definitely changed me. Or choosing this industry or choosing to act definitely changed me. Taught me a lot of things at a very young age, how to deal with people, how to be with people, and then learn how to deal with them. And yes, it does change. It did change me. I wouldn't have it another way.
Definitely, I can see how encouraging you are and how positive you are to the things towards. Okay,
Thank you.
so you're welcome. Okay, so your favorite character that you have played till now?
Oh, I did this one play, Satyri Equis, uh, which I hold very close to my heart. It was my acting debut on experimental theatre Gujarati, and it was Pratik Gandhi sir's directorial debut.
Oh,
Pratik Gandhi, who's now the whole world knows him for his work as as Harshad Mehta in Scam. And the character that I played in it, I was performing a monologue um, about a daughter and her a daughter's relationship with her mother, and that is one character, Neetu, Neetal, who is fondly called as Neetu by her mother. I hold that character very dearly to my heart, and that story, the book that the story was a part of, that book also won the national award in India. So that character is one character that I really, really hold close to myself because it taught me a lot of things. The story was around the desire of appreciation, the desire of simple appreciation that a mother would have from her daughter, from her family, from people around her.
okay, that's nice. Like, It's like everyone has something special to that. I think this act is quite something very close to you.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay. So, a play you would like to see on the big screen and why?
I think, what the I always had this story that I was talking about. It's called Ekvismu Tiffin. That is the 21st Tiffin. I always had it very close to me. This story was very important to me, and I'm happy to answer the question now that this story is actually being made into a film. So I think that answers the question. That one story that I really liked, and I definitely am looking forward to watch it on the big screen.
Definitely, definitely. Okay, so like, how do you prepare yourself to fit in a role to give 100% to the character?
I think that is where I really, really, really trust my director and the process that he or she is going to provide me with. Because it's very important the kind of rapport that you build with your writer and your director. Because he is the captain of the ship, he is going to lead you. It's like a dance that you're performing, and he has to lead you to that. So, one thing is trying to, as much as possible, understand what the first step is to understand what the writer is trying to convey, because it would be absolutely wrong if he's trying to write something and I'm trying to deliver something else. So the first step to me is to understand all the different shades of the character from the writer's point of view, and then get what the director is asking for or what he wants from me, and then put in my little bits as an actor or as an artist into it.
Okay. No,
And
that's
there's this also one thing that Pratik sir used to always tell me when I was preparing for this monologue. He used to tell me that Chitralekha in Gujarati used to tell me that character ne એટલું બધું ઘોળીને પી જા. That means કે dilute your character in water and drink that water. So that whenever I wake you up from your sleep also, you must live that character, you must breathe that character. If I don't follow your script, if I ask you that point in the script, you must be able to continue your story from there, because you know the story, you are the story. So I think I always remember that one thing.
okay. So, how do you plan your daily routine? And can you tell us something your like passion and hobbies that you like to do other than acting?
Oh, um, one of my passions is dancing. I'm a trained Bharatanatyam classical dancer for 10 years. I did. I was actually the Balashri of Maharashtra as well. Like we have Padma Shri in India, we have
Okay.
Balashri children below 16 years old. So I was the Balashri representative from Mumbai. So classical dance is one thing. Otherwise, if you ask me what does my daily routine look like, it's I wake up and I take my dog for a walk. I love him a lot, and we go for every morning we go for a walk. And
Okay.
I've recently started gardening also with my sister's help. I've tried to make a small garden into my house, so I'm trying to take care of that as well. Reading and watching stuff has been one thing which I have never left. Whatever time phase, period, lockdown, this, that, exams, but reading and writing I don't leave. And watching stuff. I also enjoy writing some bits here and there, sometimes writing a little story or a poem, or writing a few thoughts that I think ke kabhi jaake, after 10 years, 20 years, I might develop into a story.
Okay. I wish to develop that.
I wish to.
I can see ki apart from acting, you are having so many things. I think every person should have all this, to get themselves busy every time, and experiencing new things and exploring new things.
Right. And what makes you a good actor is also doing a lot of things so that Kalko, if you get a character which resembles that life, you must be able to you must be able to understand it, right? Observation is also one thing which we as actors always believe in, that you must observe as much as you can so that you can pick up those small little nuances. And
Yeah.
that's why, as I said, I also enjoy writing, I enjoy directing. So for me to become a writer or a director, I must have an idea of the other things in life as well, right? So that my brain works and I can brainstorm and come up with new ideas.
That's nice. I can see how multitasking you are. Okay. Okay. Talking about your future plans, are you keeping yourself limited to the theater, or we'll get a chance to see you on silver screen?
I've never ever limited myself to anything, even
Okay.
acting. I'm not limiting myself to acting as well. If I may shed light on a few other things, I've been working in public policy with European Union for a year. I've been trying my hands at corporate life as an editor as well. I have
Okay.
been doing social work here and there as well. So I do not limit myself even to acting. So you can understand, I am definitely not limiting myself to only theatre or silver screen or TV. No. I think whatever life is throwing at me, I'm taking it graciously.
That's nice. It's an important role in a life to become gracious. That's a very important
Yes.
thing.
Gracious
Yeah.
and grateful, always.
Okay. So, would you like to share any unforgettable moment or any event which is, close to you, special to you?
Oh, I think there are quite a few, but there's one that I'm very proud about,
Okay.
which has been happening in my life. So, for people in India and for people in Mumbai, we count Prithvi Theatre as our temple.
Okay.
We count it as एक actor का मंदिर. So Prithvi Theatre is where all the magic happens for actors. If you want to watch something really, really moving, or you want to watch actors perform real art, you go to Prithvi Theatre. And one thing that I always, and it's a huge blessing if you get to if you get to perform at Prithvi Theatre even once in your life. And what I am very proud about is that when I was 17, I wrote and directed a play which I performed at Prithvi platform. When I was 18, I delivered my first performance inside Prithvi Theatre. And when I was 19, I performed for the Prithvi annual festival as well. So I think my ties with Prithvi are going somewhere, and I think this is something that is unforgettable for me. To step my foot on Prithvi at the tender age of 17, I will never forget.
Yeah, I can see how attached you are. That's nice. That's sweet. Having a love for, I have heard for the very first time I've heard from you that someone has love for this particular place.
Yes, so Prithvi Theatre has a very beautiful history as well. Prithvi Theatre was actually the home of Prithvi Raj Kapoor, and it's the Kapoor family that is maintaining the theatre.
Okay.
So yes, I think now you get an idea of what that place is for actors.
I'm getting an idea. Yeah. So, as our show name is Success Stories, so
Yes.
what does true success means to you? Like, what is true success for you?
I think for me, success is not a destination. I think for me, it's a journey. It's an everyday journey. And I believe I'm successful if every day I wake up feeling the most excellent myself and the most happy. So being happy and being my excellent self is success for me. And it's every day. It has to be every day. I can't stop one day saying, okay, I was successful yesterday. Now I'm done.
Okay. So, any professional advice to our upcoming actors?
There's one thing that I always tell actors. If you want to be a good actor, um, be as besharam as possible. Be shameless. But don't bring that into your work. You have to be 200% disciplined. But when you are the character, when you want to be a character, you have to be shameless. Let your guard down. You have to wear a new skin.
You know, that's important. Like, if you won't
Yes.
come in that, how will you give your 100% to the character?
Exactly. I've seen so many times. Even I have faced this, that when there's a room full of people I admire as artists, and I have to deliver something or I have to perform a scene, I also get nervous. I also feel shy. I feel shy because we have this inside of us, okay, how will I look when I'm doing this character? Because this is not me. Because there have been years of conditioning, we've made ourselves into something, and then leaving that to become something else without watching ourselves in the mirror for again another 20 years and being sure how it looks. So I think that's when actors get very shy, are very insecure about how are they going to look when they do that. And I think that is the biggest barrier into becoming the character that you want to.
Definitely, definitely. It is definitely. That's really, that's really positive advice. I'll again say that you have given to the upcoming stars, and I think they'll listen to you. And one more
Oh,
thing, the last key message to all the viewers who will be watching our interview.
I think there is only one thing that I always tell people and remember myself. Just
Hmm.
be happy and don't limit yourself. When you start limiting yourself or when you start setting goals for yourself, it encourages you, but after a point, it starts discouraging you as well if you don't reach that goal. Or even if you reach that goal, um, it's never going to be enough. You are always going to look at another new goal. So rather be limitless. Don't set those boundaries for yourself. Be boundless and be happy.
That's too sweet and too positive. Okay, thank you
Thank you.
so much, Chitralekha, for joining us today. It was really pleasure to having you on our show and talking to you, and
It was
knowing
my
more
pleasure
about
to
your
be
life.
here, and thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you. So thank you so much, Chitralekha, for joining us today. So stay tuned for more success stories every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Till then, stay safe. Bye.